Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Vittori. Today, I'm going to talk about the Sony Ericsson W508. I have never owned this phone back in the day, but let's see how it holds up in 2026 and beyond. The W508 is a lightweight flip phone that feels great in the hand. At just 98 grams, it was one of the sleekest Walkman flip phones at the time. It came with style-up covers, letting you swap the front plate for different designs without buying a whole new phone. Basically early 2000 covers before phone skins became a thing. On the front, you have a small monochrome OLED display. Sadly, because it's an old OLED tech, most of them have already died out. And on the bottom of that, you have 3 capacitive buttons for music playback. To prevent accidental touches, you have to switch the lock on the side while pressing the buttons. I honestly think it is really difficult to press. It really feels like you're doing a hand gymnastic or some sort. On the right side, we have front music playback lock switch and a volume rocker. On the left side, we have Sony Ericsson's proprietary port, and on the back, it has nothing but logos and speakers. Flipping the phone open, you are greeted with buttons and numeric pads similar to T707. On the top of the screen, you have a front-facing camera, but as usual, you can't use it for taking photo. The screen comes with a 2.2-inch QVGA display with a resolution of 240 by 320, a minuscule by today's standard. This will let you play most of the Java games out there. And the screen is super dark too. Even at max brightness, you barely can see anything outside. For the software, you get the Sony Ericsson A200 platform, basically the late Sony Ericsson OS with 3 soft key buttons and a new menu screen look. The features are basically what you can expect from Sony Ericsson: photo DJ, video DJ, music DJ, FM radio, etc., etc. The games and apps that came pre-installed are plenty of them. Of course, some of these are the ones I installed myself. But on typical Sony Ericsson phones, you only get 2 games and 2 apps. The pre-installed games are Bowling, FMX3, Guitar Rock Tour, while the pre-installed apps are AccuWeather, Facebook, MusicMate 5, and MusicQuez. But because this phone doesn't have Wi-Fi, I couldn't test the internet functionality. And yes, this phone does support Bluetooth earbuds. The phone came with Walkman Player 3.0. There are visualization options to choose if that's your thing. Of course, the Mega Bass Equalizer is here. Even this Walkman player being newer than the one on W910, and despite it having an accelerometer, it doesn't support shake control, and there is Sense Me gimmick. But one thing for sure is that how good the speaker sounds even for today. It is loud and clear, and when you use Bluetooth earbuds, turning on the Mega Bass, it is really impressive how good it sounds. It is smooth, fast, and lag-free, even by today's standards for feature phones. You can run Java apps, simple games, and customize themes. However, I feel like I need to do this benchmark for this old device. Here is the benchmark result. W508 has a 3.2 megapixel camera without autofocus and flash, and the videos max out at QVGA 15 FPS. The camera UI might be different with most Sony Ericsson phones, but you get almost the same experience and features from other Sony Ericsson phones. So here are the camera features. You have all the basic features, such as shoot modes, night mode, self-timer, white balance, effects, picture quality, and you can geotag a photo if you have an internet SIM card. There are 4 modes available to choose from. They are normal, panorama, frames, and burst. Frames. There are lots of PNG frames you can choose from. They are different from most Sony Ericsson, and you can only shoot in VGA in frame mode. Burst. Burst is basically taking click photos 4 times, but it can only shoot in VGA. On the effects, you have black and white, negative, and sepia. You lose the solarize option here. For the video mode, you get the same features on the photo mode. You have a video length option. It is useful if you want to take a video for MNS back in the day. You can also turn off the microphone while recording if you want. There is also a photo slideshow mode, just like other later Sony Ericsson phones. The battery came with BST39 with 930 milliamp hour capacity. I can't really tell how the battery holds up today, but the one I'm using is still using the original battery from 2009, and I can see that it's a little bit pregnant by now. But I think you can use this phone normally for at least 2 to 3 days. Yes, you hear me right, at least 2 to 3 days on a single charge. Compared to modern smartphones, it's practically immortal. You get 3G or ASDPA connection, Bluetooth, and FM radio. Because this is a non-flagship Sony Ericsson phone, there is no Wi-Fi. There is an expandable storage with Sony Ericsson's proprietary Memory Stick Micro that supports up to 16 GB, if you can find one. Should you buy a W508 today? If you have a soft spot for a Walkman flip phone, this might be a great phone to use even today. Refurbish it, buy a new battery, and you'll get an excellent dedicated music player with wireless Bluetooth earbuds support, and also a great phone to play those old Java games. But if you could find a W980 at a great price and in great condition, that might be a better choice for a more flagship experience. Lots of people say the W508 is one of the rarest Sony Ericsson phones, but I don't feel it that way. I could easily find them around, so it's not that rare. The Sony Ericsson W508 is a perfect example of how fun and personality-filled phones used to be. It's not about specs, it's not about cameras, it's about the experience. The flip, the buttons, the Walkman sound, the freedom from notifications. And honestly, sometimes that's exactly what we need today. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. There's still lots of Sony Ericsson phones I want to do a review next. So, I'll see you in the next video.